This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Waiting. Mike, 44. I'm on.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 18-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Hey, watch the slant. Let's go, great. 5. 53, Mike. All you get is a headache. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Silent. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Foles. And able to find Conley. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. Hayden scored. It's a party now. Wide. Get wide. Motion.
Foles. Open his swing, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Now Leonard Fournette. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up third down.
Waiting. Check. 53's Mike. Come on.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Fournette fighting through. Breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 44's Mike. Check. No gain on this defense. No gain. Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Check 43. Here we go. Motion. Football's the Mike.
On second down, here's Fournette. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Check 3. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, tank.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On third down, Fournette. Fournette, first down, still going. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Mike 55. Bring it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jaguars' 45-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Mayfield running left on the option. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, pick your game up. Run. Mike 55.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Point it right.
From the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Jake Ryan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Motion. Kill. Popo's the Mike. Mike's Popo. Here we go.
Fournette, a first down carry. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Completes it to Lee. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
That's good. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
I'm letting you know right now, you better.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I got
Fournette on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 6.
380.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lambo is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. The 40, 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taywan Taylor, 79 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, Now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Waiting! 58 to Mike! Hey, 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 hey!
Back to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. Hey, watch this.
Mayfield now from the 50. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
65. Back, back, back.
To throw, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
218, chop.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, you don't want none.
Here we go. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Come off the ball.
What we got? What we got? Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Chance, chance, chance. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist. Check 52. 58, boys. 58.
Back to throw here. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
180. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Say, say. Check your hot read.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Hey, echo.
All day, defense, all day.
My touch.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Looking for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Throwing, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Hey, Zoo.
Hey, D-line. Let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Hey, one set. Check.
Mayfield to throw it. Open man is Higgins. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, Have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. And it's a first down. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
SOS. 80 weapons. SOS.
That's taken in by Callaway. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Break. 180. 54 Mike. Rush. Hey, alert. Mike 54. Blue down.
And again, it's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Pistol. Mike 55. Go. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Mayfield with it once more. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Seibert's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And some room to maneuver. A big run by the big man Fournette. 49 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Calais Campbell able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, 1 second. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, Armstead. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Telvin Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mayfield now. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Fournette. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3rd and 6.
Wide 80. Check. No chance.
They'll run with Fournette. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
First down, Mayfield. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, switch gears. Run.
Now Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That's track.
Now Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Mike front 4, Mike front 4.
They'll set up a throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Mayfield will throw for it on 4th. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down, Cleveland.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mike, here we go.
This is Fournette. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Great. Yes. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Big stop, G. Here we go.
From the 41, Foles. The open man is Westbrook. 23 yards the pickup there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Check 25. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On the run, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Here we go. Wide 80. 12. Here we go. Mike, 53. Mike.
Hey, seam 6.
Check. 50.
Now Foles. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette taking it in. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Foles. He sets to fire deep. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Check. Let's go, defense.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Good. 180. 13. Tight down. There you go.
Again, it's Fournette. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Regular. Score. Check number 6.
Mayfield to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
3 bud. 55, Mike, got 55.
Third and long for Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this fourth quarter. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check tight.
Here's a give to Fournette. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decided maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.